It's go time, this is Game Day Sports Radio. Hope you got your game face on, let's go. We be talking all sports, every year a new season. Who the best players are and who your favorite team is. Dr. and Parker got what you need. When it comes to the podcast, we're still undefeated. We hate losing, we're on a winning streak. Come and see us, we'll be here talking sports every week.
Alright, here we go with another episode of Game Day here on this July 7th, 2021, here from the Unique Beats studio. And today's going to be a very great episode of Game Day after a week off for 4th of July weekend. I'm Ethan Doctor, this is Josh Parker, and welcome into Game Day.
Hope everyone had a great Independence Day this weekend. We had some amazing fireworks. What do you say, Ethan? Did you go see any fireworks this weekend?
I didn't have to travel very far, actually. I went to my grandparents to watch the fireworks from there. I went in and visited some family from Colorado. So that was fun. I had some good times. Always got hit the lake on a hot 4th of July. So, good time.
Yeah, we ended up watching the fireworks from Andrews. We had a big Goat Eaters convention that we have every year. This was the 4th annual. So a big shout out to the Goat Eaters. They're a Unique Beats sponsor. And again, thank you all for all of our Unique Beats sponsors. Wabash Engraving, Todd Adams State Farm Agency, PPG Paints here in Wabash, Process Iron and Metals, and the Goat Eaters. So again, thank you all for sponsoring here at the studio. We're going to go ahead and kick it off with a little bit of sports here on Game Day with the Kelly Cup. A big shout out to the Fort Wayne Comets for winning their first Kelly Cup.
The Comets, like Parker said, won the Kelly Cup. This was the best Comets team I think they've put on the ice in a while. And hopefully they can run it back next season. But with that being said, there's also another Fort Wayne team we want to give a shout out to, and that's the TinCaps. Hopefully they can bounce back and make a playoff push. Parker, do you have any information on the TinCaps?
Well, I'm going to go back in here to the Kelly Cup just a little bit, tell you a little bit about the Kelly Cup. The Kelly Cup goes on the championship of the ECHL, which was brought to you by the Patrick J. Kelly Cup. The Kelly Cup has been awarded to teams since 1997. Prior to 97, the playoff winner was awarded the Riley Cup, which was named after former American League Hockey League player, President Jack Riley. The current cup is named after Patrick J. Kelly, the league's first commissioner. The cup is loaned to the winning team for 1 year and returned to at the start of the following year's playoffs. Although the trophy itself has been replaced 3 times, with its first 2 preserved in the Hockey Hall of Fame. The Kelly Cup Playoffs Most Valuable Player awarded is also given out as part of the Kelly Cup Championship ceremonies. Nick Viticci and Dave are only players to win the award on multiple occasions. 18 different teams have won the ECHL championships, with 8 Alaska, Allen, Cincinnati, Colorado, Hampton Roads, Idaho, South Carolina, and Toledo winning multiple times. The Hampton Roads Admirals, the Alaskan Aces, and South Carolina Stingrays hold the record for most championships won with 3. The Colorado Eagles, who won in 2018 for their second consecutive title, moved to the American League in 2018-2019. In 2019, the Eagles' ownership did not return the Kelly Cup to the ECHL before the playoffs, leading to a league creating a replacement trophy for the 2019 Kelly Cup playoffs. The Eagles' ownership eventually returned to the Cup before the 2019-20 season, and the league returned its status to be the primary trophy. The 2019 Kelly Cup was the fourth copy of the trophy, but was allowed to be kept by the Growlers when the previous cup went back into circulation. So the Kelly Cup playoffs is an elimination tournament consisting of 4 rounds of the best of 7 series. The format has changed often throughout the years. Since 2016-17, the top 4-point earners from each division qualify. The first 2 playoff rounds are played within each division, followed by the conference finals, which is contested between the 4 division winners, and ending with the Kelly Cup finals featuring the 2 conference championships. So, it's an awesome experience here. The Comets did go into a 3-1 against South Carolina Stingrays, taking that championship. So the Fort Wayne Comets are a minor league ice hockey team in the CHL. They play their home games at the Allen County War Memorial Coliseum in Fort Wayne, Indiana. These teams was previously a member of the Central Hockey League, the original International Hockey League, and the Second International Hockey League. They have won 4 postseason championship titles in the original IHL in 1963, 65, and 73, and won 4 postseason championship titles in the original IHL in 1963 and 65 and 73 and 93, and 4 in the UHL, second IHL in 2003, 2008, 2009, and 2010, 1 in the CHL in 2012, and 1 in the ECHL right now here in 2021. And all the North American professional hockey, only original 6 teams of the NHL and the Hershey Bears of the AHL have played consecutively in the same city with the same name longer than the Comets. So that gives you a little history here of the Fort Wayne Comets and the ECHL. And it looks like they keep moving up every year.
Yeah, they're a constant, they're usually really good, so they constantly move up in classes or divisions. But it's good to see a Kelly Cup come home to Fort Wayne for the first time ever. And I know some people that were in attendance for that. Wish I could have been, but I'm not that big of a hockey guy, so I followed the run all the way up, but I never really caught interest in it. But it is good to see a team from Fort Wayne bring home a championship. And hopefully they can continue this for a few more years. So,
yeah, it looks like the original Comets franchise played in the previous of the International Hockey League from 1952 until 1990. The original IHL franchise then moved to Albany, New York in 1980 as the Albany Choppers. The only 2 days later, the Frankie family of Fort Wayne bought the Flint Spirits, moved into Fort Wayne, and took the Comets' name and history. The Albany Choppers would only play part of 1 season before folding on February 15, 1991. In 1999, the second IHL Comets franchise joined the United Hockey League, which later took the IHL name in 2007. In 2010, the UHL-IHL ceased operation, and the Comets joined the Central Hockey League along with the surviving members of their former league. They left the CHL for the ECHL in 2012. For the 2014 and 15 season, the Comets entered into 1-year affiliation with the Colorado Avalanche of the NHL, providing a direct line to Colorado's American Hockey League affiliate, the Lake Erie Monsters. After a successful season in partnership proving beneficial to all parties, on July 21st, 2015, the Comets announced a continuance of the affiliation with the Avalanche and the new AHL affiliate, the San Antonio Rampage, on 2-year deal through the 2015-2016 and the 2016-2017 season. However, the Avalanches and the Comets mutually agreed to end the affiliation one season early in 2016. After a season operating independently of an affiliation, the Comets agreed to a 1-year affiliation deal with the Arizona Coyotes and their AHL affiliate, the Tuscan Roadrunners, but did not extend the affiliation after the deal ended. On August 21st, 2018, the Comets announced a new 1-year affiliation agreement with the NHL's Vegas Golden Knights and AHL affiliate Chicago Wolves. It was then extended for the 2019-2020 season. So that gives you a little bit more history here on the ECHL Comets, the Fort Wayne Comets here in the Fort Wayne, Indiana area.
Yeah, the Comets have, like I said, they've put some players into the NHL. They're a pretty good team. Another team that you kind of have to look at though is the Fort Wayne TinCaps. They brought in some serious talent to the MLB. Actually, one of their old players, I went to go see him in person. Fernando Tatis, he plays for the San Diego Padres. He's second in MVP voting right now, behind Shohei Ohtani of the Angels. But Tatis could quickly catch up. He was great at his time in Fort Wayne, and we'll see if the TinCaps can make a late push for the playoffs. As it stands right now, I'm pretty sure they're in last place. They're 8.5 games behind, but we'll see if they can catch. It's still a long season, and we'll see if they can catch some heat here and go on a little bit of a winning streak.
Yeah, it looks like we're 23-31 in the East Division on the High East Central. It looks like we've got a lineup coming up here this week. I do believe it's a series. Playing a few home games tonight versus Lake County at 7:05. It's the Paws and Claws night. So promotions for the Paws and Claws night. Fans are welcome to bring their dog or cat to the game. Special tickets are required, plus discounted White Claw drinks. So if you're a big White Claw drinker, that's for you.
Yeah, I've only been to a handful of TinCaps games, and when we went, it was Hacksaw Jim Duggan night, and my dad was a big wrestling fan in the '80s, and I was a big wrestling fan there for a little bit, WWE and all that. So we bought tickets, and it was cool to see those guys, from the '80s, early '90s, kind of get in there, but. And that was a good game. It always seems like whenever I go there, they play the South Bend Cubs. So, I'm excited. I really want to go in and see one game this year, but if I don't, I'll just get a ticket next year. So,
yeah, and it looks like they're going to be playing that Lake County here clear up until Sunday. Check them out. Thursday for the Thirsty Thursday at 7:05. Discounted domestic draft beers and other drink specials. And that's presented by Rudy's Shop. And then also on the 9th, they got fireworks. So you can view all those promotions on MILB.com. And that starts at 7:05, along with the following there. of their game coming up. So we're going to go right into our weekly Wabash County sports here. The weekly county schedule is brought to you by Gaunt and Sons Asphalt. So big shout out to them. This is the sports this week in Wabash County. It looks like we got the golf sectionals against Southwood at Peru at 9 on Monday, June 7th, which had passed there, and June 8th, 9th, and 10th at Manchester Owens. They're at Plymouth at 8 o'clock. Then we got the softball state finals Friday, June 11th at Northfield, which are 19-9 versus the Clay City 22-6. That's at 5:30. And then Saturday, June 12th, is the start of conversation. So, again, that's your local sports news here on Game Day, brought to you by Gaunt and Sons Asphalt Incorporated. Any other sports news you got on mind here, Ethan?
So college football here on July 1st this past weekend, they passed the rule allowing all athletes of any sport to sign contracts and make money off their name, image, and likeness. So players have been signing contracts to make money through college and, just make money off their jerseys, their sweatshirts, brand name, whatever it is. Now, I was thinking of this question while I was writing up here. It was what past athletes would have made the most money off this deal. And what I thought was, well, football is really popular. And back in 2005, I believe it was 2005, maybe 2004, Reggie Bush won the Heisman. And I think he would have made a six-figure salary. But his Heisman was taken away because he accepted $300,000 under the table for I forget what it was, to help his family out or something like that. It was from a friend, and they took away his Heisman. So now there's a big push for him to get his Heisman back, and I say he should get his Heisman back. He didn't do anything wrong really, and with the new rules in place, I think it would just be reasonable to give the man his Heisman back. But then I thought of athletes like Manti Te'o, the famous inside linebacker for Notre Dame back in 2012, or Tua Tagovailoa from Alabama, maybe Derrick Henry from Alabama. There's just so many athletes you could look at from years past that would have made major money off their name, image, and likeness. And with this new rule put in, maybe they could bring back the NCAA football games. I played those a little bit when they were out, and I personally prefer them over Madden, but hopefully they can bring those back. So that's all I got right now. Kind of a slow day until NFL preseason kicks off in August. So
what are your thoughts on the NFL league with Bruce Smith? Says the Green Bay Packers are in some of the tough times if they don't fix the Aaron Rodgers situation. I know we talked a little bit about this, I believe, in episode 3, and said we were going to talk a little bit more about it here on episode 4. So Smith told TMZ Sports that Green Bay is not a contender without the veteran quarterback on the roster. So what are your thoughts on Aaron Rodgers and the Bruce Smith incident?
I'm not saying that they won't be a contender or that they will be a contender. It's just too early to call. Jordan Love, he hasn't played yet. He could be terrible or he could be great. So for that to, Rodgers is great. Don't get me wrong. He's a good quarterback, and he definitely has helped the Packers. But I think The Packers have a good defense and a good coach and a good offense to build around a rookie quarterback, and I think this is a little premature to say of Smith, but we won't know until week 5 or 6 if Love can play, or maybe even it might be earlier than that. But if he can play, then then they're still contenders. But if he can't play, then they're not.
If I was Rodgers, I'd probably be upset as well over the contract situation. I mean, 37-year-old MVP seems to have concerns over personal moves made in the past few years as well. But, hopefully things would look better and they hash out their differences. It would be everyone's best interest that Aaron is happy going into the season, or at least knows what his future is going to look like after the season is over. So
I was thinking about Rodgers. So if he doesn't come back, let's say hypothetically he doesn't come back, all right, and he leaves. So Love is now Love is quarterback 1. Let's say they trade Rodgers. Okay, they're gonna have to trade him because they'll wait a year, then they'll trade him somewhere like let's say Oakland. Or not Oakland, Las Vegas. So Vegas, the Raiders would get Aaron Rodgers, but Green Bay would get back 2 first-round picks, a Derek Carr, and a defensive player, or offensive player. Just 2 offensive players and 2 first-round picks, and maybe a few others for Aaron Rodgers. So let's say that happens. I honestly think the Packers win that because Rodgers is 37. He's not getting any younger. He's got an injury history. He's kind of a drama queen. Just a little, he's got a history.
I agree.
He's got a history. And I mean, if Love works, then you trade Rodgers and you get a bunch of weapons for Love. And if he doesn't work, then you get a good draft pick out of it. You draft a quarterback, or Rodgers comes back. You trade Love for a pick. I mean, there's so many different things that could happen within the next month and a half. Maybe it takes a whole season, and the Packers stick with Love for 2 seasons and trade Rodgers for a haul of draft picks and players, and then they just start to build around Love or get another good quarterback for Rodgers. So, I mean, that's where I stand on the whole entire Aaron Rodgers thing. But I mean, at this point, no matter what happens, I'm still going to root for him. So,
well, all right. Well, this is all we got here on Game Day with Ethan and Parker. Again, thank you all for tuning in here every Wednesday here at the Unique Beats Studio. Again, we thank you all for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, add us to your playlist. Give us a little insight on what's going on here in your local town or sports. Anything and everything will help. And as always, it's a pleasure having Mr. Doctor here as a co-host. Anything you'd like to say?
Just thanks for having me again, and I'll see you next Wednesday.
This is Game Day. We'll see you guys back here next time.